Hi guys, it's Angel, and today, since I have some fresh tofu, I thought I would share with you a quick and easy recipe on how to make pan-fried Asian tofu with miso ginger sauce. Now, growing up, my grandmother used to make this recipe, well, not this recipe exactly, but she used to make pan-fried tofu like all the time. And it was great, but as I grew older and I learned how to cook pan-fried tofu myself, I decided that I wanted to spice it up a bit. So I experimented and I used miso and ginger together to create what I feel is a really good, tasty tofu recipe. So I hope you like it. Please try it at home and let me know how you like it in the comments below. I will post the ingredients at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes now. All right, so with that, let's get started on the ingredients.
First, we'll need a block of fresh, soft tofu, green onions for garnish, and lastly, ginger. We'll start by finely chopping the green onions, then setting them aside in a small bowl. Make sure the bowl is small enough because we'll be putting it in the refrigerator while the tofu is cooking. Next, let's take our ginger and carefully remove the skin and grate about half a teaspoon of ginger, which we'll set aside for the sauce. After you try this recipe once, you can then tweak it to add more or less ginger based on your taste. Finally, the last ingredient to prep on our cutting board is the tofu. I like to cut my tofu lengthwise first, then make smaller cuts to make the tofu into rectangles about ½ inch thick. Next, for the miso ginger sauce, you'll want to start by putting 1 heaping tablespoon of miso paste into a mixing bowl. I like to use the white miso, also known as the shiro miso. Then add 2 to 3 teaspoons of low sodium soy sauce. Depending on how strong or salty your miso paste is, you may want to replace the soy sauce with water or a combination of both instead. Next, add about 1 tablespoon of honey, which will give us a touch of sweetness and balance out the miso taste. Then finally, with our last ingredient, we'll want to add in the ½ teaspoon of grated ginger. Mix all these ingredients with a spoon or a whisk until well blended.
So now what we'll want to do is we'll want to start with a non-stick pan. I've got a carbon steel pan that's been pre-seasoned. We'll want to turn the stove on a medium-low heat and let that preheat for a little bit. Don't forget to turn your fan on. While we're waiting for that, I have the green onions, which were chopped up earlier, and what I like to do is, for the green onions, I just want to give it a little bit of olive oil, coat it in olive oil, and I'm just going to put this in the fridge while we cook the tofu. Okay, now that my pan is preheated up, I'm going to take some grapeseed oil, or oil for high heat, give the pan a little bit of coating, and then we're going to take our tofu and we're just going to start putting it on the pan. And we're just going to let that fry for probably about 5 to 7 minutes or until golden brown. And it's all going to depend on what type of stove you have. Now you may wonder, when is the right time to flip it? Well, you'll know when it's ready to be flipped when the tofu actually releases from the pan. Even though you have a non-stick pan, it may stick. So you just want to be careful when you flip it. So just gently go in and take a look. And if it comes off easily, then you're ready to flip. See, now it should be a nice golden brown like that. So you want to go ahead and do that with all the pieces. So what we'll want to do is make sure that both sides are pan fried so that both sides are golden brown, and then we can start adding our miso ginger sauce. Give the sauce a quick stir before I put that on, and I am just going to gently scoop half of the sauce right on top of the tofu. We're going to save the other half for the other side. Once I get that on there, you're going to just flip it. Once you've flipped it, go ahead and add the remaining sauce to the top. You want to get all that miso ginger sauce because it's so yummy. So get all the sauce on there. And then we're going to flip and stir fry them gently. Now what you'll see starting to happen is once you get that miso sauce on the tofu and you're flipping it, you'll see that the soy sauce and the miso are going to start baking on, and the tofu is going to start turning a golden dark brown color. This is good. This is what we want. This part, once you've got the miso sauce on there on both sides and coated, it should only take about 2 to 3 minutes. The tofu is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat. And I've got a plate here. I'm just going to plate the tofu. Smells super yummy. Okay, great. Actually, what I like to do is touch up so the plate looks good. So now this is the pan fried tofu. What we want to do is we want to take the green onions and we want to sprinkle them on top to finish it off. Got our green onions, which I've just taken out from the fridge. It's green onions with olive oil, and what you want to do is add a generous amount of sea salt. And this olive oil, sea salt, green onion kind of topping is going to be super delicious. So what you want to do is just stir that up. Completely optional, but you are welcome to top that off with some sesame seeds. So this is how you make my Asian pan fried tofu recipe. It's a really easy recipe to make. As you can see, I'll put the ingredients at the end of this video, so please do try it and let me know how you like it. Now it's my turn to try it, my favorite part of the video. See you next time. Bye.